Hey yo, what is up guys? Your boy's back with yet another video, and today we are doing No Way Out 2003. And yeah, let's get into the show. Show opens Chris Jericho versus Jeff Hardy. In the opener, this show took place in Montreal, so the crowd was very much on Chris Jericho's side. There was a lot of Canadian influence on this. So yeah, Chris Jericho versus Jeff Hardy. Very good match. This is a solid way to open up the show. Very good workhorse match here from, I guess, Chris Jericho was just kind of a solid upper card wrestler here. He wasn't really in too many of the main events. I think his last main event was Survivor Series in the Elimination Chamber, and then probably got to go all the way back to Judgment Day. I don't even think that match closed the show, so I think you got to go back to WrestleMania where he main evented a match. But yeah, so here he has a very good match with Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy, awesome high-flying stuff. His dive out of the ring, him running off the ring apron and getting caught and then thrown into the steel steps there. He hit two swantons in this match. The first one Jericho managed to get out of, which was pretty cool, that Jericho managed to get his hand on the ropes in time. And then, yeah, so Jeff Hardy hit a lot of cool high-flying moments in this. Jericho, classic Jericho. This is a very, I thought it was just good. I'd just say that. I wouldn't say anything else about it. I think the match was itself just a very good match. And yeah, Chris Jericho manages to pick up the W. I kind of figured he would the minute it's like in Canada. It's kind of hard because like this match, it was as back and forth as it was throughout. Like Chris Jericho, oh man, he hit like two lion salts in this. The first one, the second one was really cool. He had a really cool lion salt in this. He had an odd looking neck breaker. But yeah, the crowd was very into Jericho, but they also liked Jeff Hardy. So everything was just kind of, it was not but it was just like, it didn't come off as well as if like they're really into one guy's corner. So instead it was just kind of the crowd reacting, and it was just a good match. So if you're a fan of both guys, obviously Jericho always kind of has pretty good matches. This match is no different. He's just stringing them together at this point. This match was pretty freaking good. So yeah, if it's a little bit of a gem here. I wouldn't say anything too crazy about it. Next up, we got RVD versus Kane. Not RVD versus Kane. RVD and Kane versus the Unamericans, William Regal and Lance Storm. This match here was the power and speed of RVD meshing together against the technical ability of Lance Storm and William Regal. So for most of the match, it was pretty much just William Regal and Lance Storm trying to keep RVD grounded so that they don't manage to tag in Kane. RVD, again, he hits a cool little sunset flip to the outside, and then after that he gets thrown off the ring apron, crashes into the barricade, and Lance Storm and William Regal beat down on RVD. And then finally he gets the hot tag to Kane. Kane jumps up to that top rope, comes in with a flying clothesline. That looked really cool. So yeah, the Un-Americans, you kind of think like, oh, this is it. RVD and Kane, they're about to win the tag gold here. Nope, they managed to turn Kane's mask around. Kane choke slams RVD, in which to me was the dumbest move since Jeff Hardy jumped off the cage at Survivor Series 2001. And yeah, so that was a really dumb way for Kane and RVD to lose. It's like, bro, you hit your own tag team partner with a choke slam. Come on, man. What are you doing? So yeah, pretty good little tag team match there. Next up, we have a cruiserweight title match, which was Matt Hardy versus Billy Kidman. And Billy Kidman, I believe, had just won the cruiserweight championship, maybe back at Armageddon there. And this match here was pretty good. Matt Hardy just kind of just dominated the entire match, just about up until the end when Billy Kidman goes up to hit a shooting star press and Matt Hardy manages to get out of the way. And then he hits a second twist of fate onto Billy Kidman and picks up the win. So yeah, this match here, it wasn't the best cruiserweight stuff. It wasn't as good as like the Jamie Noble matches, but here we go. Version 2 of Matt Hardy picks up the W. So yeah, pretty good match here. Pretty good stuff. Wasn't anything crazy. Next up here was a match I thoroughly enjoyed. And you know what? These guys have had a lot of matches. And it's kind of crazy that it's like these guys have had so many matches. And yeah, so let's talk about it. It was an excellent super heavyweight match between The Undertaker and The Big Show. And yeah, this match, it was just a big brawl on the outside to start. They get back in the ring. And Big Show, one of the few guys who can beat down on The Undertaker. And that's why they probably love doing these matches, is because Big Show is one of the few guys who's bigger than the Undertaker. So in this match, you really had to see Undertaker go deep into his arsenal here, breaking out different kinds of moves and trying to figure out ways to beat the Big Show. And that's what I found really, really interesting about this match. And yeah, so Undertaker trying to hit the last ride. I don't know why why you would think he was going to hit that. I would love to have seen that attempt, seeing if he could have got him up there. What would happen? What would happen if Undertaker tried to hit the last ride on him? So yeah, he goes for a choke slam. Big Show manages to counter the choke slam. He holds him in a bear hug for a majority of this, and that's where I'm saying the Undertaker was just not as big as the Big Show, getting held up. So yeah, then finally Undertaker has him in the Dragger Sleeper, and then A-Train comes out and tries to get involved in this, and Undertaker manages to fight off the A-Train. And he manages to choke Big Show out with a triangle choke. I thought this was a very, very entertaining match. There was a ton of athleticism. Definitely one of the few matches that can take place in pro wrestling. I really liked the little video packages they had before this about how the Undertaker was getting played with midgets and guys singing stuff to him, which was driving him crazy. And then he had to kick open the little crates and stuff that the Big Show would drop open for him. So yeah. That was a good match. I really enjoyed that. Next up, we got Team Angle versus Lesnar and Benoit. Edge was supposed to be a part of this, but Edge was taken out earlier in the show, so we don't have Edge anymore. And yeah, this was, again, Chris Benoit, Canadian influence on the show. Chris Benoit comes out. He looked absolutely awesome in this match. He's coming off that match with Kurt Angle. This match here, it's just kind of a... How do I say? It's like a bridge between getting you kind of excited for the WrestleMania match, but it doesn't really give anything away because, Kurt and Brock don't really mix up too much in this match. It was mostly just Brock and Benoit just beating down on Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin up until what is it? Kurt kind of gets involved and gets Brock in a chin lock of all things. So yeah, there wasn't really a whole lot to this match that was anything crazy, but it was just kind of it's that in-between build match to the bigger match down the road. And Chris Benoit, after Benoit hits a F5 on Charlie Haas, I believe Benoit then taps out Shelton Benjamin. So Chris Benoit picks up the dub in Montreal, and we roll into WrestleMania, baby. What did Benoit do at WrestleMania? I can't remember. Was he on that card? I'd have to look into it. What he did at WrestleMania 19 again. I think he was involved in a tag match. That's right. He was involved in some kind of tag match, wasn't he? Yeah. So anyways, moving on to the Epic Derby, the match everybody wanted to see again, the epic rematch of Triple H versus Scott Steiner. And yeah, this is definitely, again, another really strange match. You know what? I see why Triple H got a lot of hate. This just was, again, just ugh. Yeah, it was another whatever title defense from Triple H in a string of just whatever title defenses from Triple H, and this was definitely one of them. Yeah, this Scott Steiner, it's not even Triple H's fault necessarily, but Scott Steiner just has really poor offense, and he has these big wide looping punches. He hit some suplexes, and yeah, at one point I think he threw on the figure four, and just I just anytime I'm watching this, I was how the fuck was this guy in WWE for why was this guy okay, outside of how he looks, and he looks I guess a genetic freak, but holy fuck, this guy sucks. I watched some matches with him in ECW, and I thought he was pretty good. I've seen some of his matches in WCW, and they weren't bad, but what the fuck is this? I'm sorry for cussing so much, but good lord, what do we got going on here? Yeah, the guy was just mid. I think at one point he even has Triple H beat, but then obviously Ric Flair gets involved. Triple H gets the sledgehammer and beats Scott Steiner that way, and this was just, yeah, just I see why this guy got so much hate, man. Just mid-match, just okay. Okay title defense after okay title defense, and yeah, whatever. Moving on. So this would be Steve Austin versus Eric Bischoff in what would be Steve Austin's last pay-per-view win until WrestleMania 38 in 2022. So this is Steve Austin's last pay-per-view win, was against Eric Bischoff. And you know what? It's kind of in a way a little bit fitting, because Eric Bischoff, they went over how Eric Bischoff fired Steve Austin from WCW. And then here, Steve Austin gets to have a match against Eric Bischoff and just beat the shit out of him. Again, kind of fitting, because Steve Austin was the anti-establishment guy. And here the establishment was pushing down on the working man. And the working man didn't like that so much. So finally, he got a little bit of a comeuppance for what Eric Bischoff put Stone Cold through. And in this match, it was really entertaining. Eric Bischoff just got destroyed. He got the shit beat out of him in the corner, got the gloves ripped off, got stomped, got thrown around the ring, got thrown around the outside of the ring, got hit with a bunch of stunners. This was a good time. This was very, very entertaining to watch. I will not deny that. This was a lot of fun, just watching Austin just beat the piss out of Eric Bischoff. And what would be his last pay-per-view win until 2022. So he had, well, like, what was it, like a 16-year retirement? How long is that? Yeah, he had like a what? No, that's like a 19-year retirement. That's a 19-year retirement right there. So yeah, before Austin's two-decade retirement there. So lastly, we got to talk about pay-per-view rematch that never really gets brought up, and I kind of forgot that they had a rematch. Was The Rock versus Hulk Hogan. So it's actually funny enough. This is Hollywood Rock versus Hulk Hogan, Immortal Hulk Hogan, whereas the first match was Hollywood Hulk Hogan versus The Rock, the People's Champ. And here we go. This was a lot of fun. This had a little bit of a fun build-up. I like the promo to it, and I like how The Rock's promos on Hulk Hogan, I thought those were really funny. And yeah, this was pretty entertaining. You know what, Montreal, you know what, you got given a big rematch here. And you know what, it's funny enough, their two matches only took place in Canada, Montreal and Toronto. So it's very funny that they both took place in Canada. The match itself, it was decent. It was fun. You know what? Like, it's not like this was just a fun little pay-per-view main event that you got to see Hulk Hogan and The Rock in the ring one last time. And you know what? It was just pretty much because Hulk Hogan, he could hardly move. Hulk Hogan comes out. They're obviously trading fisticuffs. They're throwing hands at each other, the big rights. And yeah, The Rock rips off Hulk Hogan's weight belt, very classic 1980s, beats the crap out of Hulk Hogan with it. Hulk Hogan gets up, gets the strap back, whips on The Rock, and you know how it is. So again, like, there was nothing crazy about this match. It was just like a lot of big punches, and then the weight belt, and then The Rock managed to hit the I think he hits the rock bottom on Hulk Hogan. It looks awful, but Hulk Hogan kicks out. Hulk Hogan starts hulking up. The Rock's like, wait, what do I got to do here? And then, so Hulk Hogan makes his big comeback. He hits the leg drop on The Rock. After The Rock had hit The Rock hit a second people's elbow after mocking Hulk Hogan. That was awesome. That's the highlight of this match, was when Rock was doing the freaking Hulk Hogan pose right before hitting the people's elbow. That was cool. When he went for the second one, that was really cool. And then Hulk Hogan goes for the leg drop, hits it on The Rock, has The Rock just dead to rights, but the lights go out, the ref's down. There was a chair in the ring that was introduced earlier by The Rock, who was trying to take out Hulk Hogan. Vince McMahon comes out, screws over Hulk Hogan. The ref has a quick count on the Hulkster. And yeah, that sets up their match at WrestleMania 19. So very, very interesting way for the match to end, with the ref being in on it, and The Rock having to hit another rock bottom. No, he hits him in the face with the chair, and he hits a rock bottom, and then he picks up the W. And yeah, so I really kind of enjoyed this match. It was nothing crazy, nothing way over the top, but it was not nearly as good as their first match. But you know what? It was fun, and it was good for what it needed to be. So gets a thumbs up from me. So overall, No Way Out 2003. Was it good? It was mid. It was nothing like a crazy pay-per-view. If you're just like me, who's just a fan of pro wrestling, yeah, it's fine. You got my money. I like wrestling. You got me. But overall, in terms of great wrestling pay-per-views, this is a B pay-per-view of B pay-per-views. This was just it's not even where you really remember it. It doesn't stand out in your mind at all. So yeah, very much just a bridge pay-per-view, and it was all right. I'd probably say it was very average. Probably give it like a 5 out of 10 because nothing was really that great about it. So there was nothing terrible, but there was nothing great either. So it just gets a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10. Anyways, remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, match ratings are in the description below, and peace out, guys.